Hello, everyone. My name is Jon McKillip, and it's my pleasure to spend some time with you here today and talk to you about a company named Mavie. We're a company that's involved in the direct sales arena. We've recently launched. We've had some very explosive growth in a short period of time. And by the end of this call, you're going to truly understand the why and how that growth has occurred. And you're also going to be feeling that sense of excitement that many of us feel around the world also. I've been involved in the direct sales arena since 1987. So I've just have given away my age. And half of that time that I've been involved in the direct sales arena, I've been a distributor. I've been building, growing, and developing distributorships all over the globe. I've lived internationally. And the other half of that time, I've been as a senior executive working inside of companies, helping them to be able to grow, build, and develop their sales organizations all over the globe. And I've traveled extensively all over the world during that time. And for the last 10 years approximately, I've spent working with a very, very large company in this industry as their president of global sales. In fact, year before last, we achieved just under $1 billion in sales. And like many of you, there becomes a time in your life during your career where, you almost kind of question what you're doing or why you're doing it, or is it a challenge to you anymore, or is there something else that you would rather be doing? And that's exactly what happened to me towards the end of 2017. So at the end of 2017, I left that company not knowing what I was going to go do, looking for a challenge and wanting to do something different and just take a little bit of time off. And when I was with that last company 7 years prior to me leaving, I remember I was introduced to a person on one of my trips over in Asia. Specifically, I was over in Thailand, and I was introduced to a person. His name is Abood Barakat. And Abood is an individual who owns and operates a large number of multinational companies all over the globe. Very, very successful, natural entrepreneur, tremendously busy, yet somehow found the time to meet myself and some other people and just have some great conversation. Over the years, he became a friend that he grew into a very, very good friend. And there are some things that really stood out as I met him. Number one, you can tell the person is extremely talented. He's a very, very, very strong executive. Yet he has this very strong entrepreneurial spirit. When he walks into a room, he wanted to know about others. Many people have this high significance theme that have the wealth that he has and the power and the control, and it's all about them. And you know what? Abood Barakat is that opposite kind of person. He doesn't talk about himself. He doesn't brag about anything. He talks about team. He talks about us, and he talks about getting the top of the mountain together. He talks about personal development, and he's also, he shared with me that he also had owned and operated a couple of different direct sales companies in Asia, and he told me this one story where it was 7 years prior that he had launched a company involved in DNA in Asia. And he went on to share that the response was so big and so overwhelming that after about 5 months or so, they closed the doors and they refunded everybody their money. And I asked him, why did they refund it versus try to, fix the business or get the business on track? And he said, John, he goes, I do so much business in Asia. I didn't want to have any customer have any kind of an unrealized expectation. It was just better to close the company, refund everybody their money, pull back, and try to fix the business model. And he said, the reality, John, choosing direct sales as that business model, that was that correct decision. But what he didn't have was the business model from a logistical perspective. His vision was to be able to allow people in the convenience of their own home to be able to take a DNA test, send it into a lab. The results are then sent back to the individual, and the company was going to be able to develop product based upon individuals' personal genetic code, products that had involved in personalized wellness that had a positive impact on people's lives. And that business model that he had from a logistical perspective, it just wasn't going to scale fast enough. So he felt it was best to close the doors, refund everybody their money, and to pull back. And he took a couple of months and he found a company that is involved in technology and also as well as in the medical community in Boston, Massachusetts. And he spent the next 5 or 5.5 years working closely with that company in growing and developing a global customer platform. This platform was going to allow him to be able to launch back into DNA and scale at the rate that he wanted to, because his vision wasn't only to imagining people all over the globe to be able to take a DNA test, send it into a lab and get the results back, but his vision was to be able to do it in such a way that when the reports came back, you know what? They were digestible, they were understandable, where an average person could read it and understand it and not have to print it out and take it to a medical professional and have them explain it to them. but he also understands culture. And he understands that there's more than just one language, that of being English around the globe. And he needed this global customer platform to be able to, where people could read this report in many, many different languages, whether it was traditional or simplified Chinese or Italian or French or German or Spanish or many, many, many others. So this global customer platform was built on that predication. And then what he wanted to do, his vision, was to create product based upon individuals' personal genetic code. How many people do you know today that would love to have information on their genetic code? And then what if you told them that there were products that were of importance, that were people from a personal wellness perspective, whether it's skincare or nutrition or literally hundreds of other areas that we could delve into, where products could be created and developed specifically in accordance to their own genetic code and auto ship to them on a monthly basis. And the product that they get is different than their significant other, than their children, than their neighbor, than their parents, because we all have different genetic code. How many people do you know that will be interested in at least learning more information about that? You know what, for me, in the last 2.5 months, there has not been one person that I've spoken to that has said, John, I have no interest in learning about my genetic code. Yes, I have interest in learning about it. Yes, I would like to get it. Yes, I have interest in getting personalized products created for me and auto shipped directly to my home. That's the company that we're going to go talk about here now today. So our company, as I said, the name of it is called Mavie. Mavie stands for my life, and it means my life in French. So Mavie means my life in French, and our tagline is life only better. And we've had a lot of success within a short period of time. And part of that success is because we took the time to create our vision. We took the time to create our mission. And that's kind of the guiding light. It's the beacon to who we are. Our vision is to create the most sustainable financial business opportunity in the world by utilizing cutting-edge technology and science-based solutions to create personalized wellness and customized lifestyle products and solutions. And our mission is using our core values as a guide to create and support a pathway of any person seeking to customize their lifestyle by personalizing their wellness, leisure, and financial security, enabling them to live their life, their way, on their terms. So when we launched this company, we did something a little bit different. We launched into 5 continents around the globe. Those of us that are involved and engaged in putting this company together and running and launching this company, most of us, in fact, all of us have been involved globally for many, many years. Some of us 10 years, some of us over 20 years in building and understanding business and the infrastructure and what's needed. All those are very, very important kinds of things. So when we launched this company, we launched it not only in North America, but we launched it in Asia, in Australia, in Africa, and in Europe. And we're aggressively opening up numerous countries in those regions around the world as we continue to expand. So Mavie, we focus on 2 specific areas. We focus on wellness, personalized wellness specifically. And today, that's DNA. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. And we also focus on lifestyle. When we talk about lifestyle, we talk about things that add value, that add importance to your life. And we're going to talk about things that will add to your personal lifestyle as we go through this presentation. So there are many different paths, products, and promises to address our own specific health needs. Yes, it involves food. Yes, it involves medicine, but there are other things too. And there are all these different paths for us to be able to take. They're supposed to help us to address our own specific health needs. And the problem is that we're not all the same. We're all designed differently. We have different fingerprints. We have different personalities with our own specific DNA. And because we're unique, that traditional one-size-fits-all approach really doesn't work anymore. When you walk into a store and buy a multivitamin off the shelf, that's that one-size-fits-all. What if there was a nutritional product that you could get specifically designed in accordance to your own genetic code? Would you have interest in trying that product and having that product? Of course you would. That's what we're talking about. The one-size-fits-all approach really doesn't work anymore. And we're going to help you to unlock those DNA secrets and help you to discover your own personal path to well-being. So all you need to do is you take a DNA test and we do the rest. And based on your DNA sample, our scientists will test and analyze over 280 of your genes. And from this analysis, along with a questionnaire, a series of DNA reports are created that enable you to personalize many aspects of your life. Now, one of the differences with Mavie is that a typical DNA test today is based on average of about 40 indicators. That's 40 genes that they test. Today in Mavie, we test over 280. In fact, I was on a call the other day. There's a company that's launching a DNA direct sales companies in the industry, and they were bragging and they were excited to talk about how they actually test 16 indicators. They test 16. In fact, I found a company in France that does skincare and they do DNA testing. They're testing 5 indicators. So as DNA begins to grow and people begin to understand it, there are important questions to ask. Obviously, the more indicators that you have that are reviewed, that are tested, the better, the more poignant, the more direct that a formula on a product specifically designed to your genetic code can be created, right? So the process working with us is very, very simple. Number one is you order your DNA kit. You're going to register your swab. You're going to swab your cheek. A swab is nothing more. Imagine a cotton ball at the end of a stick, and you rub it on the inside of your cheek, and you do that for about 60 seconds. There's a video that comes with it. It explains how to do it. It's foolproof. It's very, very easy. You're going to label your swab. You're going to mail it back to one of our collection centers around the world, and then you're going to order your DNA reports. And there's a number of different reports that you can order. For example, many of you are familiar with Ancestry.com and 23andMe, and they've done a great job of getting that name out there, DNA, and people understanding what it is and all that. And getting one's ancestry is kind of cool and it's sexy and all that. But you know what? There are many other different reports that you can get from a health perspective and an overall wellness perspective over and above just DNA. So what you're seeing on this page is just an example of some of the different reports that when people get it, for example, the report on the right side there, that's the skincare that we're going to talk about. It talks about collagen and skin antioxidation and irritability, and it drills all the way down, even into the individual gene. It talks about the genetic code, and it talks about, where do you fit on the spectrum? Are you high with green, or are you low with red? Or, hey, we're all going to have a mixture of red and green, and we're going to have things that we like about it and things we don't. We're made up. This is our genes. This is who we are. And we want to educate you on where you sit out there and how to live a more healthy and a productive life. So what happens is that when you register and you become a member with Mavie, you can get your DNA reports. The first report you can get is a beauty report. This is an anti-aging and skincare. Or you can order a report that, overall healthy diet. Or if you're somebody that carries a few extra pounds to a lot of extra pounds, and you just, you don't feel that you're overeating, you're eating those right kinds of foods, you just can't drop that weight. A lot of that is genetic. What if we could show you, based upon your genetic codes, the kinds of foods you should be eating versus the kinds you should stay away from? That's some of the kinds of information that we're talking about when we analyze your DNA and give you your report back. There's a fitness DNA report. There's also a report that's based upon your personality and inborn talent. And of course, then there's Ancestry. We're adding Ancestry to our list here in a very short period of time. In fact, when everybody joins, we're just going to give you Ancestry for free. So people are out there paying for it with other companies. We're just going to give it to you for free, and then you can get one or more of these DNA reports. So this first one, we talk about the anti-aging and hair report, right? Well, this is a skincare. It's called Beauty. And if you see up there in the right corner of the screen, you're going to see an example of just part of, the smallest DNA report we have is 82 pages. When I talked about 23andMe and Ancestry.com, those reports are 4, 5, and 6 pages. And you can see how much more information we give to people. If you're a learner, there's a tremendous amount of information. You can drill down and drill down and drill down. There's a glossary that comes with it. It's just a tremendous amount of information that we give to you to better understand. But when you're talking about skincare, we're talking about the skin irritability, and we're talking about skin cell renewal and skin detoxification. And there's information behind each one of those subtopics, right? So when you order that, you're then given the option of being able to purchase a personalized skincare program that's designed specifically for you and auto-shipped every month directly to your home. And this product is called Vitality. And it's really exciting because there are 2 different serums and then a third product that comes with it. When you order this product or any one of our other products, first thing we do is we send you a product to detox. While your product is actually being made in the lab, and it will be shipped to you monthly on an auto ship. for the first 3 or 4 weeks, you're taking a detox a product, whether it's skincare or nutrition or other things. We send that to you. You get working to detoxify your body, and then you get up and going. So this first product is called Vital, and it's focused on beauty, again, which is anti-aging and skincare. And again, when we talk about elasticity and firmness and aging, we all want to age more gracefully, right? So there's many different things that we focus on with this particular product. We also talked about there's a DNA report for a healthy diet or a DNA report for weight loss if you want to lose those extra pounds. It talks about the kinds of food you should eat versus the kinds you should stay away from. It talks about inflammation and antioxidant irritability, and just a wealth of knowledge of information that you could get to better understand. There's also a sports performance DNA. It talks about muscle performance and tendons and bones and susceptibility, right, for those tendons, to snap or those bones to break, or what kind of exercise can you do to build more muscle mass if that's what you want to do based upon your own specific genetic code. And there's a nutritional product. It's the world's most complete, detailed nutrition based on your wellness DNA report. It's called V-Code. It's 6 capsules per day. It comes V-Code. It's a product that's designed in accordance to your own genetic code that's different than everybody else who gets it. How many people do you know that would like to have a nutritional product based upon their genetic code versus walking into a store and picking off the shelf that one multivitamin, that one size fits all approach? That's a thing of the past. That's history now that DNA is here, and we want to be able to give you information and allow you to make the kinds of decisions that you want to make for yourself based upon personalized wellness. These are just a couple of the individuals that are members of our scientific board. We have a company that's called D Nation that we've created. That's our DNA arm to our company. These are just 4 of the individuals that are on that board that have been working, with this company. Remember when we talked about the creation of this global customer platform? When this company was launched, this company was nearly 6 years in the making and over 18 million USD spent before this company even launched. How many companies, how many people do you know that put that kind of money and that kind of effort before they even launched to be able to reach out there to earn their first dollar? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what Mavie did. Then we also want to talk to you about lifestyle. So we're involved in personalized wellness. We're also involved in lifestyle. These are components that can have a very positive impact on your life. First area is e-commerce. We have something called V-Shop. We have plugged it into our back office. There's over 4,800 merchants online. These merchants, this company that we plugged in, there's over 25 million members of this global mall that because you're a member of Mavie, we just give to you automatically because you're a member. You can shop globally from the convenience of your own home. These are high-end brands, many brands that you would know and recognize all over the world depending on where you live, right? And you would get cash back on every single purchase and what we call V-Dollars. That's part of our virtual currency, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. We also have something called VMAX. This is offline shopping. How many people do you know that would love to have a list of merchants, right? Or a list of restaurants, whether it's where you live, or maybe imagine traveling somewhere, or if you go to Paris, or if you go to Germany, or if you go to Hong Kong, or wherever it might be, and you could pull up a list of merchants or a list of restaurants that you could go into, and what if you could get a discount there because you're a member of Mavie? What about your groceries and your fuel and travel and clothing and all these different components? Just because you're a member with us, you get very aggressive pricing, and we allow you to do that, and you can buy those things with what's called Mavie points. That's virtual currency again. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. We want to be able to give you top shelf products, incredible opportunities, and buying power just because you're a member of Mavie. Our focus is DNA and it's personalized wellness, but we also want to surround you with a number of things that can have a positive impact on your specific lifestyle. We have a thing here that we just introduced. It's called VFit. Looks like a Fitbit, but it's very, very different. It's got a large face on it. With it, it tells what your blood pressure is. There is a heart rate monitor. There's a sport mode, a pedometer. It tells you how many calories you burned. Message alerts, notifications. There's an app that comes with this also that feeds directly into the back office, and it talks all about your virtual currency. that, again, we're going to talk about in just a moment, but something very exciting with us. This is called V-Fit. You wear it on your hand, and it's a wrist bracelet, and you get all this really important personal information. Again, whether it was your blood pressure, your heart rate, how many calories you burn, all those kinds of things. Every time that you burn 200 calories, we're going to give you a V point. A V point is $1. And we're going to give that to you that you can then turn around and go spend as part of the virtual currency. We want to help you become healthy. We want to encourage you to become healthy. So every time you burn 200 calories, we give you a V point. You know what? Most people burn 2,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Imagine for every 200 calories, you're given a point. We're going to have people that are earning 150, 250, 300 V points. And again, a point is $1 every single month that they can turn around and they can purchase things directly back in our ecosystem that we're going to share with you in just a moment. It's a tremendously exciting product that we just have recently introduced. And we're also involved in travel because we've got you covered, whether it's hotels, it's cruises, it's, week-long stays. You've got luxury residences, cars, private luxury homes, week-long auctions where you can go somewhere and you can bid on what it would cost to stay there. There's flights. And here's what's really important. With the travel, if you can find anything cheaper than what we offer, we give you 150% of the difference directly back to you. We have a travel platform that is amazing that we can put out there, and we not only price, for example, on hotels, what we do, here's our price. We then also show you in real time what Expedia, Orbitz, Priceline, Agoda, Booking.com, what they charge also. And most times we're anywhere from 20 to 30% less. I've seen 50 to 70% less, even in 5-star locations all over the globe. Again, this is about lifestyle. This is having a better lifestyle. We all want to keep more money. We all want to be able to travel in a higher end comfort. We give you this travel platform. It's, again, as part of your overall lifestyle. So now when we talk about this virtual currency, we have Mavie points and Mavie dollars. Why do we have two? Because points have a different cost to us than dollars. And we wanted to be able to make this a very vibrant program. So we give you Mavie points and we give you Mavie dollars. And I'm not going to take the time right now to explain what the differences are. This is launching in the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's very exciting. But here's how you earn it. Every single week when you get paid, 10% of what you get paid in what's called a bonus commission, we put that directly into an account that you can then turn around and you can use on the travel, on the e-commerce, on DNA reports, on the DNA product, and so many more things that we're going to be introducing also. Every time that you book anything in a hotel, you're going to earn a rebate back on that we give you virtual currency for. Anytime that you shop in those 25 million active customers in this global e-commerce that we have now put online. Anytime you order anything on that online shopping mall, you get a rebate, and that rebate comes in the virtual currency that you can then in turn purchase anything that we've talked about again, right? We also have the offline. Remember, we talked about these merchants and restaurants and the gasoline and clothing and all those kinds of things. Every time that you do things there, you're going to earn virtual currency that you can then again spend online. And we have a membership fee that we'll talk about later. There's a one-time fee and a monthly fee. What if right when you paid us that money, we immediately turn around and give you dollar for dollar back in what's called V points that you can immediately then go spend back into the system. And every single month when you pay your nominal fee, we give you V points on that, which is a virtual currency that you turn around and you spend right back into the system. You can let it accrue. Your virtual currency does not expire for a period of 10 years, right? And then, of course, we talked about the V-Fit. The more calories you burn, the more V points you can make, the more you have to go spend back in the ecosystem. Then there's future promotions, too, that we can talk about later. Well, so now that you've acquired all this virtual currency, how do you use it? Well, guess what? You can go online and you can book hotels, and you can use your virtual currency towards paying for those hotels. You can use that virtual currency for things that you go buy in the online shopping mall, in the offline shopping that we talked about, right? In the merchants and the restaurants. You can use your virtual currency to purchase your DNA reports. You can use it to purchase your DNA products, whether it was V-Code or Vital or many, many, many other products that fall into the DNA category that you're going to see us be introducing over the years to come. You can even choose your virtual currency to pay your monthly membership fees. That's what I do. Nothing ever touches my credit card at all. I use currency that I earn in my virtual currency that pays for my monthly membership fees. It's really, really exciting. And guess what? You can even use your virtual currency to buy your VFit wristband. How exciting is that, right? And if that's not enough, you can gift your virtual currency to other people as a gift, and they can go online and they can purchase things that are very, very exciting. So what we have also is, with this tremendous membership that we have a compensation plan that we put together, because there is a business opportunity that is associated with this company. And I want to quickly share with you the 7 ways that people earn money with Mavie, because many of you, I'm sure almost all of you, if not all of you have interest in learning more about DNA and about this membership that we have, and based upon lifestyle. But there's also a business opportunity that we have that is extremely lucrative, and many of us work this business part-time. I myself work this business full-time and having some very, very strong success within a very short period of time. So when you become what's called an ILA, an independent lifestyle associate, you're a distributor now in the company, there's 7 ways to earn income. The first way is what's called a direct commission. Everything that you personally sell, you could earn a 10% commission on all the products and services that you personally sell. We also pay what's called team bonuses. You see, our compensation plan, we're what's called a binary. We've got a left side and a right side when you look at this picture. And you can enroll a distributor on your right, enroll a distributor on your left, and continue enrolling on both sides. And at the end of every single week, because we're a volume-based plan, we pay you weekly, we add up all the total sales on your left side and all the total sales on your right side. And whatever's your small side, whatever your small leg is, we're going to pay you 10% commission of all the volume every single week on the small side. So say, for example, in 1 week, you did 3,000 in volume on your left side and you did 7,000 of volume on your right side. We're going to pay you 10% of that $3,000 this week. You just earned $300 just for this week, because that was the volume that you did on your small side of your business. But it doesn't stop there. We have a thing called a doubling team bonus. So remember, we talk about the left side and the right side, and you enroll a couple of customers and distributors on your left and a couple of more on your right. And there are people that are above you because they can only enroll 2 people, one left, one right. So they're enrolling people down line of you also that you can get paid on and you get credit for also. So everybody's building in the same binary. But every single week when we look at your big side and small side, on the first 5,000 in volume on your small side, we're going to pay you a 20% commission, and then you earn 10% on everything thereafter. And now this 4th way, this is really exciting. This is called a matching team bonus. The sexy name is called Check Match. Every single week, we're going to pay you up to 10 generations deep, and we're going to pay you 5 to 10% of the total income earned by everybody in your sales organization, not just on your small leg, but on your big leg too. Your entire organization, every single week, you're going to earn 5 to 10% of everything in your entire sales organization of the total income that everybody earns in your group. That's called Check Match, and how exciting that is. We also have a membership renewal bonus. This is a 3-level pay. It's rewarding you for the acquisition of memberships in your organization. We're going to pay you 3 levels deep, 5, 4, and 3% respectively. This money really adds up to a nice little amount, and you get paid on this monthly. It's another way to incentivize you to continue to go out and to acquire customers, many of which actually become representatives in the company too. And we also want to reward you on a global basis. We have what's called a global leadership bonus pool. These people at this level, they split 1% of the global volume every single week. And then for those people that have their eye on the prize at the very top, our top 3 levels in the company today, we allow you to split 2% of the global volume every single week that goes on around the globe. Many companies hold on to that kind of an income and they pay it once a year or once every 6 months. We want to put it in your pocket immediately. We pay that money to you on a weekly basis. So when you look at our company, the first thing is, well, how do I get access to the DNA and this incredible value? We have what's called a preferred membership, like a a Costco or a Sam's Club. You pay money, you get a membership. That membership gives you access to discounts. That's exactly what we have here with Mavie. For a $300 initial payment and for $69 a month, you now have a membership. And this membership gives you access not only into all of the DNA that we talked about, at DNA, the DNA reports, the DNA products at a discount. You get access to all of this travel. You get access to all the online shopping, the offline shopping, and all of this virtual currency we put together, and we package this to you and give directly to you. And don't forget, everything that you pay for on your initial fee and then on your monthly fee, we give that directly back to you in virtual currency that you can then go back and spend directly into the system again. And as we talked about, there are many of you who see the opportunity way beyond just of having a membership and the value proposition with that. Many of you will choose to become what's called a lifestyle associate. You become a representative with us. For a one-time fee of $70 and then $19 a month, you become what's called a lifestyle associate with us. You have access to the back office. You have an access to reporting. We pay you every single week. You have access to your tree in your back office as you enroll people, and you can monitor what's happening and going on in your organization itself. There's tremendous benefits of being associated with our company as a representative. Get all of your questions asked. I encourage you to look at our membership part. I know many of you will want to become a representative with us also. And remember how we were talking about VFit, we're talking about this preferred membership. We have a thing that when you first enroll, if you take advantage of getting the VFit and the personalized membership independently, the two of those together is $500. It's $300 for the one-time fee for a membership, and at any time you can get the VFit for $200, get all the benefits of VFit, and by the way, you're accruing all the calories that you burn. Every time you burn 200 calories, you get a V point, and when you earn that point, you can go spend it back in the system again. If when you first enroll, if you get both at the same time, we not only, it's $500, we will give you as a gift 750 V points that we will immediately deposit into your account that you can immediately use in virtual currency spending back into the ecosystem. And by the way, those of you that are already a representative, and if your new representative also purchases what we call a bundle, or also a customer can purchase the bundle too, the company gives you a $100 sponsoring bonus to that individual lifestyle associate who actually sold it. We have on November 18th, we have our global launch in Dubai that we're very excited about. We launched this company in the middle of May on a whisper launch, grew it to a couple thousand individuals in a short period of time. We've now entered into the soft launch. We're adding more and more and more to our stable. We've recently announced DNA in many different regions of the world. The e-commerce has now come online. The travel is there. The virtual currency is there. You're going to see some more announcements that will happen and take place in Dubai on November 18th at our global launch. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to take some time and talk to you about our company in a very, very short period of time. In the first 30 days since I've been involved in this company, I sponsored 17 people. Over the course of the next 10 weeks, my business grew to nearly 2,000 people over 5 different regions of the world. Imagine what those 2,000 people will turn into in another 60 days, and 120 days, and in 6 months, and a year, in 2 years, and 3 years from now. There's not been one person that I've talked to since I've been involved with Mavie as a representative that they said, no, I have no interest in DNA. Everybody said, yes, I want to learn more. Get your questions answered. We're here for you. Thank you very much. Get enrolled tonight or today as a member. Get enrolled as a representative if that's what you want to do. Let's start working and building your business all over the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.